Hello and welcome to Gameslap Plays Indie Games Episode 9. Today we are going to tread where no avatar may dare. We're starting off, of course, with Shark Attack. This is a first-person multiplayer game. It's also got some single-player bits added on, in which you are under the sea, armed with but a harpoon and a little dagger, and you basically swim around trying to cause mass extinction on sharks. You can also attempt it on conger eels and manta rays, but I never managed to kill one of them, so whether you can or not is another matter entirely. The game itself plays remarkably well, providing you learn where the combat zone edge is. Here is a bit of shark footage. You've also got flash grenades, which I'm assuming blind sharks, but they also blind your character. I discovered in my 15 minutes of playing this game that the best way to go about my business was to find a suitable place to hide and watch for those greedy sharks as they come swimming by. Looks like somebody already attempted that. This reminds me a bit of Jaws. A lot of things about this game seem to have been borrowed from Jaws. Obviously the sharks and the watery environment, but also the music. It's very, very atmospheric. Oh. But the sharks move very, very well. My one and only problem really with this game is the fact that whenever you kill a shark, a little bell rings. And also the fact that, should you really be killing sharks in video games? I'm not sure about that. Anyway, let's move on to game number 2 of episode 9, which is Avatar Battle Bees. If I was to say what this game reminded me of most, it would be the old Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1 game Forsaken. If Rare had made it back in their N64 days, I think it's the whole riding on bumblebees. There's a very Banjo-Kazooie, even Body Harvest vibe to this game. Even the music has a touch of Rare. It's impossible not to kind of be quite happy with this game. There's nothing absolutely magnificently special, so it's clearly not in that class of game, but there's nothing particularly wrong with it either. I imagine if you were playing multiplayer with a handful of friends, you've all got a headset on, having a few beers or whatever, you'd have a really enjoyable time, probably for about 20 minutes. But isn't that the whole thing with indie games? If you wanted something that you could play for the next 120 hours, then you'd shell out 60 quid, not 69p. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Here's a favourite of mine I've just discovered, IndieMon Earth Nation. This is near enough an exact Pokemon copy. Slightly different in certain respects. Instead of Pokeballs, you have cards. You still have monsters that will come and trap you in the wild when you're walking around. You can still capture them. Instead of capturing them in balls, again, you capture them in cards. You go and ransack people's houses and you generally irritate people. If you're looking at if you're actually watching the video, which I hope you are, this looks very much like the Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Orange, Pink, Green, Purple, whatever colour. Even the battle screen is very much a Pokemon game. But that's not to take anything away from it. It's decent enough fun whilst you're playing through, so that's all you can take from it. Again, 69p, what do you expect? It isn't Pokemon as such, but it's as close as you're going to get on the Xbox 360. Although it is very difficult to try and capture other IndieMon, as I'll show you now with my special card. It just doesn't work. Oh, and Emma. There was a reason I left her in this video. Emma, for some reason I was wandering around and found this woman who's clearly a demon. Is she meant to have spiky ears? I'm not sure. But I got to a point anyway where I had to progress on. I had to speak to somebody. That person just wasn't around. But anyway, enough of this game. Let's move on to the worst game of this episode. Massive Cleavage versus Zombies. Now, if anyone's ever played the Walking Dead games, stick with those. You have some quick time events that you've just seen there. This woman is obviously, she's not even bothered, she's just got out of the shower, she's quite happy with death. And this is it. This is the gameplay for this game. Walk left, walk right, hack, and then your standing still motion is her baring her breasts. Usually I have something to say about the awful games, but this is just fucking diabolical. There's no words that can say can redeem this game. It has been made basically on the fact that somebody managed to import a picture of boobs. Anyway, that's it for Indie Games this week. There will be some new Mountain Blade Warbands, some new Mountain Blade Fire and Sword, which is a new series that I'm starting on the Gameslap channel coming up this week. So, yeah, thank you very much and keep watching.